Yeah, it's counting down.
Hello, America, and welcome to one of the hottest podcasts in the United States today. We call this the show. We got Randall Vance up in North Carolina, and we got Randall in Miami, Randy Vance in North Carolina, and Daryl Natil in Daytona Beach. How you doing tonight, guys? We
What's
just
going
watched
on?
the Heisman
Yes,
finals.
we
How you
did.
guys
Yeah,
doing?
yes, we did.
Good, man. Good, good.
I see
Roll Tide, Roll Tide.
Devontae did his thing. Roll Tide. Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
man. Yeah, Roll Tide. Well,
Oh,
I know you're a
H.
cook. I know you're a Cookman fan, and
Uh,
I know how that is, man. Jimmy Robinson couldn't win the Heisman this year.
no, Jimmy couldn't do it. Oh, Jimmy
No.
could play for me.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad you guys are on here, man. I'm glad we decided to do this thing and just have some fun with it, and
Oh, yeah.
let's do it the right way, man. Let's just do it. Heisman, man. Rounder, you had your boy in there, man, Mr. Trask.
Yeah, man, I think Cal Trask had that thing, but when you went into that tumultuous 3 weeks of the LSU game started it off. And
Hmm.
then I think that Cinderella slipper slipped on off, and we couldn't get that thing back on the road. So the
Yeah,
LSU week, and
them
then
tough games seem to come late in the
yes,
season every year for
yeah, yeah.
everybody.
Oh man, that was a total trap. You're supposed to play the LSU game in the beginning of the season. I think it was like middle, something like that. And then you mess around and the COVID stuff happened at Florida and they shut down the facility for like 2 weeks. And then they went on with the games that was already scheduled. And then they rescheduled that LSU game for the end of the season right before the SEC title game. I think that was a straight, that was one of those catch games or whatever. LSU had nothing to lose. We lost that game. And then it kind of like, the wheels kind of fell off of that.
Hmm.
Man, you reading all the reports and stuff like that. This is the worst defense that Florida's had in the past 20 something years. So yeah. So, and in the Alabama game, we kind of got it back on schedule. Still took a loss, but you look more, you look better than you looked, and then the wheels fell all the way off. With everybody pretty much opting out of the title game in the Sugar Bowl when we played
Hey, speaking
Oklahoma.
of speaking of opting out, let's talk about opting out. I thought about something today. I'm riding down the road and I'm thinking about opting out, and I'm saying to myself, Matt, me and you talked about it earlier.
Yeah, we did.
Um, you know, I'm trying to figure out, me and you, Randall, we talk about Deion Sanders sitting in the living rooms of some of these kids, and what do we talk about that he's telling them? I mean, what is what you remember about our conversation about Dion conversation to a parent about
Oh,
their kid coming to play for him?
well, man, Deion Sanders come to the town. I mean, first he coming from a small school or whatever, but so Deion even making it to your house is because of his name and the things that he built. But then Deion
Mhm.
is guaranteeing you, NFL.
Okay,
He
there it is, right there. There it is.
yeah,
That's what I'm trying to
NFL
get to
Hall of
the
Famer.
NFL. So
Yeah,
now we get to this junior year, and we get to this bowl game that's not a Final Four, not a championship series, and a player, Kyle Pitts, whoever, they opt
yeah,
out.
yeah,
I'm sure somewhere they've heard, hey, by junior year, you're an NFL guy. We're gonna give you a or B grade, and just do 3 years with us and you're gone. So when this player opts out, everybody should expect that.
exactly.
I mean, it's a
Yep,
business transaction, for them players now. You know what I mean? So whatever brought you to that institution, that school, based on, hey, I can get you to the NFL. If they opt out, man, that's just business. You
yeah,
know,
yep,
I mean, you shouldn't have promised that player the NFL if you didn't want him to opt out when that
exactly.
business time came. For him to
Right.
do so.
Yeah, that's a good
So
point.
that's just my view on opting out. I mean, people talk. I've heard different sides of that coin. I mean, hey, the school's giving you a free education, and it's it's all about the money. Oh yes, it's about the money. It's
Hmm.
sure it is. It is. It's all about the money.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, them
about yeah,
kids from an early age started talking NFL.
yeah,
And so, opt out don't mean a thing. You playing in the Meineke Car Care Bowl,
exactly.
and De'Aaron King type
De'Aaron King.
stuff.
De'Aaron King, that killed me, man.
Man, the great season that he had, you know, and then him what that same week he comes out and he says he's coming back next season to come ball. Everybody excited. You had a good recruiting class for Miami. Then this man goes down with an ACL tear in a bowl game. You know, yeah, man, that hurts. So I mean, he'll be back for the beginning of the next season, but he's spending his whole offseason rehabbing compared to practicing, getting ready for the new season and stuff
Showing
like
up to
that.
somebody.
Yeah, man. So that that hurt right there. So then other players look at that too. I still remember the linebacker from Notre Dame. You remember that year? They were
Jalen Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was supposed to be. He was a guaranteed first rounder, and he tears his knee up in that bowl game, and then this man dropped to what, third round, something like that.
Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. You still end up going to a good team, but man, that man lost millions. He lost every bit about $10 million. You know, with that deal. You know, a third round compared to a first round. So, you know, guys, you know, take notice on that. And then that goes back to the NCAA. Not everything, like we talked about, everything goes back. You should expect that if you playing in a bowl game that don't mean nothing. Because I got a first round grade. I'm now worth $15 million. Why would I have to go out on this field and tear a knee up, break my ankle or something, you know, put myself in danger when my body is my paycheck? I need to be healthy now. I need to know. I need to go. So schools should be, you know, already looking forward to this. You know, and then the NCAA put rules and stipulations that, hey, so if you have a guy that's, you know, red shirted, you can play him now. You know, he can play in that game and that don't count towards that red shirt. Yes, so that they give you that. And then another thing that I think they were talking about possibly, you know how you have those early transfers, you know, being able to get those guys in so they can get some game time and make those guys a part.
Oh, really?
Too. Yep.
Who you just told me was in the transfer portal?
The tight end from LSU. I just turned my laptop off, so I can't find his name. The tight end from LSU just went in the portal.
Look, and the sad thing is, you said the tight end from LSU, so we don't even know who he is.
Because they don't throw to the tight end.
Yep. Well, they threw
and
to
we
him.
Saying, where would he go? You got to go somewhere. He has to go somewhere where they're going to throw to the tight end. First thing we said was Florida.
Yep.
Transfer to Florida.
Yeah, he can, but we got two tight ends. There's dogs there.
Yeah, 88.
Yeah, 88, 89. Got 89 too. You remember they got him playing receiver, but he more like a tight end. You know, that he gonna be the next, you know, Pitts next year.
It's Eric Gilbert.
What year is he?
A former 5-star prospect.
Oh wow. What year is he?
After one season with the Tigers.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Okay.
That cat
Gilbert.
Oh, so and then the smart thing is he's leaving early enough.
He's considering leaving the program with a desire to return to his home state of
Florida,
Georgia.
Oh, he's going to Georgia.
Yeah,
Georgia.
He's going to Georgia.
Oh, and Georgia throw to their tight end.
And then he still get 4 more years because this year they didn't even count. So he still got all his eligibility.
Yeah, you right.
Although it was expected that Oregon and LSU staff would continue to make their case. So he wants to go back home to Georgia. He was the 2020 National High School Gatorade Player of the Year.
Ooh, you stud.
That's
Called
something must have happened for him to want to leave.
Passes for 368 yards, 10.5 average, 2 touchdowns.
Hey, what's his size? What's his size?
Let me see.
You about 6'4", 6'5"?
Oh, you turned your computer off.
I turned my computer off because it was messing up my thing.
Let me see.
Let me go back on. No, I can't do it now.
Gilbert. You all right? Eric Gilbert. Albert Gilbert overview.
Oh, I'll tell you why he left.
6'5", tight end, 253.
Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you why he left. Just like you say, now just like you said, right? It had to something had to happen why he left, right? I tell you why, because a part of that same class is this kid named Darnell Washington. Number 0, if you watched him in the bowl game, number 0, super freak. 6'7", 260-pound tight end out of Las Vegas, Nevada, freshman.
Wow.
That's why he left.
That's what it was.
That's why he left, because that young man right there, because I watched him play in the game just this weekend against Cincinnati, and that young man right there is a beast. And now me looking at this and seeing that he a freshman, oh yeah, it's time for the tight end room to clear. Because you know when that kid right there, what he just did, you like, yeah, I better go somewhere else, man, if I want to play. You better.
And they had a stud quarterback. They had a brother about 6'6", freshman quarterback too.
Oh wow.
LSU.
Yeah, LSU.
Yeah. He played a few games too. He started about 3 games before they brought the last kid in. LSU got talent.
Well, I'm thinking about the dude that he talking about he possibly want to go to Georgia, but that's what I'm saying. Georgia got this tight end right here, Darrell Washington. So you gonna go over there to another problem. You ain't playing over this dude. Not what man.
Nice he took his talents to a HBCU.
Yeah, better go.
Maybe Deion gonna get him.
Go to take that.
Everybody can't go to Jackson State.
Now we got Nat.
Everybody can't go to Jackson State.
Now that we got Nat on here, Randall. Let's get back to this. You mentioned Deion again. Let's go back to Deion.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's talk HBCU football.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Why is it that BCU? We're gonna use BCU as an example, Nat. And why is it possible for them to be able to go play down at UM in week 2, but we can't play UM in week 11 or 12? We can't play them in that bowl game. You know, we talked about that. I mean, what's the problem? Yep. I mean, well, you know, what you think about that, Nat?
I think that's a very good question. And the NCAA has a rule: you have to win so many games to be bowl eligible. But I think it's more of the payout thing. Okay. They're looking for those marquee names because of the sponsors for the payout. Matter of fact, Bethune-Cookman's first game this year is at UTEP.
Okay.
We're going to UTEP for that big $400,000 payday.
UTEP in the
why we can't play them in the Sun Bowl?
Mayonnaise Bowl or something.
Exactly.
Bowl. Yeah. You know
or the Duke's Mayonnaise Bowl.
Why we can't do that and go, you know, and you know, just every HBCU fan show up to the game.
I would love it.
And
I would love that.
No matter where it is.
I would love that.
Even if you know you taking the MEAC or the SWAC champion or somebody, and you know you aligning one of them bowl games up.
Somebody has to break that streak. Break that. Somebody in HBCU got to break that.
You know. It's a big, ain't nothing but them bowl games ain't nothing but a big party anyway. If you ain't in the Final Four, if you ain't playing for a national championship, it's a novelty game.
Yes.
And I think each conference,
week two is a novelty game. When you got FAMU playing University of Miami or Cookman playing that second game against Miami, getting beat 55-0, that's a novelty game. Why you can't play in a bowl game and reap some of them benefits, you know?
But aren't the bowl games attached to conferences?
They are attached to conferences, but why they attached to the MEAC or the freaking? I mean, I understand why. I know why they're not there, and you know, because of the classifications or whatever. But
in that case, North Dakota should be playing in bowl games against.
This is what I don't like: the NCAA. You know, they're the governing body. But then you got Division I, Division II, and I don't expect Daytona State College to play in the Rose Bowl, you know. But come on now, your SWAC champion. I watched some bowl teams this year that I guarantee you that A&T or Southern or one of them Grambling teams could compete for a minute. You know, we talk about fourth quarter. We talk about that fourth quarter depth that you know we know. And SEC school, fourth quarter, they rolling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got the MEAC school by the fourth quarter, they woe down. you know, they woe down, man. Hey, what about Nat? Nat, remember back in the day when, you know, your kicker played linebacker? You know what I'm saying? He played all
I
game. He
remember.
got to kick a ball for the winning
Yep.
field
Yep.
goal. 43 yarder. He about there hitting all day. His helmet broke. Chin strap won't buckle up. You know what I mean? And he got to kick your extra point. For the win.
Yep.
So,
Matter of fact, remember the game you and I went to at Tampa Stadium when Walter Payton. It was Bill Walter Payton against Randy Sweetback Walker. Bethune-Cookman against Jackson. Watch this. Randy Sweetback Walker was the kicker for Bethune-Cookman.
Yep.
And Walter Payton was the kicker for Jackson State.
Wow.
They kicked off and they kicked extra points and field goal, and they were the running backs.
Listen, hey y'all,
now you got these guys,
and
y'all
y'all
got these guys with these dark rim glasses.
Yep.
Kicking extra points.
Come on, that's all they do. They go to the sideline and all they do is wait.
Yeah, that's it.
All they do is wait. When just like you said, when you go back to legends like Walter Payton doing that all game, all season long. He scores touchdowns and then he got to kick his extra point. Just like you say,
He talking about playing defense.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Could if you had to.
But not, when you go back to the black college football, that's the legacy of the black college football that even a person like myself that I never got to see, because I'm 40 years old. So by the time I came up going to school, it was like the death of the black colleges. You know what I'm saying? When the black college was recruiting you, is because you wasn't good enough to play D1.
You know what I'm saying?
Last leg. Like, man, I ain't trying to go here, man. Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So it's like that, the walk of shame. But back in the days when black college football was the premier football.
See, Randall, you now to tell you ain't never been on the sideline at Welch Memorial Stadium on a Saturday. You don't walked up the avenue to the game. The whole 2 miles, walked and had a good time getting there and then get to the game, man. You on the sideline, and man, let me tell you, man.
We saw John Stallworth catch a pass right in front of us, and my man went up under him. John Osborne went up under him. Mm-hmm. Gave him a hip pointer, out for the year. He went on to the league after that too.
Wow.
I remember some of them games against Kentucky State Thoroughbreds and coming to Welch Stadium was Welch Memorial, and that was that's where we cut our teeth in that man. Boy, I'm like, God, man.
Yeah, that was a ballpark there, Jay.
Oh man, they should have built the new stadium. The new stadium actually remind me of Welch Stadium. It's just modern.
It's the same build.
Same build. Yeah.
It's the same stadium.
Yeah, it is. It actually is. Even downstairs, you remember when you walk down to the concession area. That's how Welch was set up. It was just small as hell.
Yeah, a little bit smaller.
Mm-hmm. But it's smooth, man. There's some battles that happened in that stadium, man.
Yeah, man.
I remember seeing football at the Speedway.
Cookman used to play FAM in this stadium, man. How many? What Welch held? Probably about 5,000, 4,000.
Yeah, back in the day when Cy was playing, they had about 5,000. But here goes the thing. They have a ring around the field.
Wow.
People would stand 20 deep around the field. You could
once
you call a pass, you
car
had nowhere to
races
go.
Around the track. They race cars are inside the stadium. On the track.
Mm-hmm. They have a track.
Wow.
A dirt track.
A dirt track at that. That's where Muhammad Ali came with the boys club. Remember that? Muhammad Ali came in and
I remember that night.
He brought us against Virgil Gibson.
Wow.
You remember Kim Gibson, brother?
Yep.
Man, that's crazy.
We saw football at the speed. We saw them play at the Speedway on the infield.
Dude. Yep.
It's played at the speed. So what they used to do? They used to put. Did they put like bleachers around that? And y'all, that's how they did.
Nope. The way Daytona Speedway was made then, is that you would sit in the stands, but where the infield grass was right in front of the stands, but the track was still left. The track was there because the track had a bank to it.
It was on the first turn.
You would sit in the stands, and you would look down on the field. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you. I got a picture of it.
You couldn't even get onto the.
But the teams.
Oh,
it was only one side. You can only sit on one side. That's the stand side. And they played the biggest crowd. There was 28,000.
Wow.
Played FAMU there. Beat them 60. 28,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Now you talking about?
I've been to the old Gator Bowl when it was aluminum. I've been there. I played in the old Gator Bowl.
My daddy grew up.
It'll be remodeled 3 times
across the street from the old Gator Bowl. Swift and Bradille right there off Florida Avenue in Jacksonville. We used to walk to the Jacksonville Suns, Woodruff Park right there, the baseball field in the summer. I used to go there every summer. And
the Coliseum right there. We go to
right
concerts
there,
in the Coliseum.
Woodruff Park, the Jumbo Shrimp play there now.
Yep.
You know, you got Alltel Stadium or whatever it's called now. I don't know what it is now, but it used to be the old Gator Bowl. But shoot, man, you used to run across the expressway right there, and to play right there on the grounds, man.
Wow. Wow. So and then that's what
I work at.
Go ahead, man.
Yep.
I work at Jackie Robinson Ballpark, where Jackie Robinson played his first minor league baseball game.
Yeah.
We got a video of him with his first at bat, hitting the ball right where the bridge at, that new bridge at. That ball went right by where that new bridge was.
Hey, that's a shot.
Man, that's great.
It's a lot of history.
Yeah, man.
And when you come to Daytona, Randall, when you come to our spot, we call it the spot. Right next door is a place called the Campbell Hotel. That's where Dizzy Gillespie, Nat King Cole, Jackie Robinson, all the Negro League ball players, and all the top entertainers. That's where they stayed when they came to Daytona.
Yeah, because that was the only place they could stay. Yeah,
only place they could stay.
Yes.
Or they went to Mary Clyde Bethune House, which is like 2 blocks away.
Exactly. Yeah, because that was a part of that.
But we got a little place right next to that building where we hang out at.
Definitely. Man, that's crazy, man. And then just
history.
Going back to just like y'all was talking about, like that black college football, and talking about Walter Payton and all them, and just how the heyday then used to be. You talking about a Hall of Famer and Hall of Famers, Starworth and all these cats that played in HBCU back in those days. Eddie Robinson being the coach that out of Grambling, putting all them guys in the league year in and year out or whatever, and then just watching all that talent leave those places, and now you starting to see a name like Deion Sanders come back to Jackson State. Now you starting to see Florida A&M coming to the SWAC, BCU coming to the SWAC. Now you so now you bringing that notoriety, because now you got this big name in Deion, and Deion gonna be on TV every Saturday or whatever, Sunday for his games. Because I was seeing that some of these Jackson State games are going to be on Sundays and stuff like that with this new schedule and all that. So he's going to be on TV. So what do you think? Like, say for instance, with you all going forward, do you think that the black college football can come back to that heyday? And do you see Deion being like that pivotal point of bringing it there? And then the third question is this: now when Deion started to make it that pivotal, and and black college football start getting to that mountaintop, what will Deion have that that fortitude to say, no, I'm not leaving to go to Florida State? I know you and I know you want to come get me now, but I want to stay here and keep doing what I'm doing, because I think that this is more reputable than going there. What you
gonna have to build? He gonna have to build the program first. I don't think he can leave there with the program started and then he just dump it. You know what I mean? Like a hot fire sale. Like, I'm done with this. I'm going to Florida State now.
Yeah.
Somewhere he gonna have to commit to Jackson State. Either win the SWAC. Winning the SWAC the first year out might be the easiest thing that he did, if he does it, if he can do it. And get on out of there then. You know what I mean? Look, I left y'all in a perfect position here. Because you ever looked at his roster? Have you looked at his roster this year? You talked about it before. The roster that I saw for 2021 season had like 50 freshmen on it. And I don't know if that was a typo because of whatever, but I did look at some of the players, and they were actually freshmen. They showed up as true freshmen. So there's a recruiting class there that I don't know how much depth there is as far as to compete in the SWAC. When you reaching out online saying, I need dogs, I need athletes, I need this, what need to happen? Somebody need to be beating the pavement, looking at them dogs. Somebody got to go out and look for them dogs. You just can't let dogs send film in and start looking at film.
Yeah.
That's my point on recruiting, as far as if you building a program with freshmen, everybody go call themselves dogs. Everybody huddle go show touchdowns and tackles.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're not going. Nat, you know how I feel about this recruiting thing, man. I mean, the truth to recruiting is, you got to do it the right way, and sending film in this huddle. I want to see game film. I want to. I sit there and watch the whole. I got a whole staff that's gonna sit there and dissect your game film. The receivers coach will go through it, and he go give me his take on what he think about where you belong in this program.
Yeah.
Some of them dogs ain't gonna make it. They ain't gonna make it, dude. Matt, what's up, man?
I think my take is Dion says specifically that God sent him to Jackson State. I don't think it's a thing where it's a stepping stone for him to go to a bigger college like Florida State. I think he wants to be at a black college. I think he wants to build that program, that league, and HBCU football. I think he wants to be an impact on all HBCU programs.
Yeah.
And when you look at their schedule, they open up a couple of weeks against Edward Waters, an NAIA school. But their first regular season game will be against FAMU in Miami.
Yes, next season.
At the Hard Rock.
Down here, in Miami Gardens. Yeah.
That's going to be sold out.
Oh, yeah, me and Sergeant Major was talking about that. Yeah, me and Sergeant Major was talking about that. And you know what?
Jackson State travel.
And guess
when is the game?
That's September. That game,
Labor Day weekend.
September 5th. Yep, kickoff. That's a Sunday, too. That's Sunday. Sunday. That's first weekend, kickoff weekend. They play Miami Gardens, that's FAMU, Jackson State down here. Come on, man. First of all, you in the recruiting
capital
heaven. Oh man, football recruiting heaven right here, man. You find
recruits gonna be at that game.
Come on, man. All day, every
watch
when FAM used to have that
Under Armour gear.
Yep.
Because when you said
when FAM used to have the Orange Blossom Classic, it was already sold out just because they was in it. Now Dion, 40 or 2 hours from home from Fort Myers.
Come on.
But see, here's the other thing too. One thing else you said. It's gonna be a super conference because now every game gonna be like homecoming. Because Jackson State, we played Jackson State in the SWAC MEAC Challenge in Atlanta at Georgia State Stadium. The attendance was 38,000 people.
Wow.
30,000 was Jackson State.
Wow.
They travel. For example, if Cookman gonna play Jackson State in Daytona, you can't play them in Daytona.
No.
We got to go to Orlando and play them. We got to play them in the little soccer stadium over in Orlando. I was about to say, Lean, we got to get that soccer stadium and play with. You can't play Jackson State.
You seen Jackson State Stadium?
Yeah, 33,000 seats. They play in Jackson Memorial Stadium. I've been there. We played them my sophomore year. We played them. I made the traveling squad that game. Cause I remember Ruben Mordecai broke his finger going over the top for the winning touchdown, and he hit a home and broke his finger and fumbled the ball. We lost the game.
Dang.
But they play in a big, and they talking about renovating that stadium.
Oh yeah, they talking about renovating it because they're
talking about renovating. See, Dion gonna change the face of black college football, not just Jackson State because he can't get everybody.
Yeah.
But Grambling finna go get them some studs.
Oh, yeah.
Southern finna get them some studs. Alcorn, everybody getting studs.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Dion,
we got some stuff. We just ain't talking about it.
Yeah, I mean Dion.
We ain't on Google every day.
Yeah. See, but you know that's Bethune-Cookman going back to being that the team in the South that probably they're like, hey, we can keep it on hush hush what we doing.
That little B school from Daytona Beach gonna show up and show out.
Exactly, that's what I like. Yeah. So and going back to what you said about Dion is that Dion comes in and automatically upgrades that division. So say for instance, just like you said, everybody, okay, all the dogs can't go to Jackson State, man. I mean Jackson State got some studs now.
Right.
Over here to Alcorn State, I could go over here to FAM, I can go over here to BCU
and play against Dion.
and play against Dion. And I'm gonna get that game in. I can go over here to Texas Southern. I can go over here. So now you just upgraded that whole. Now the SWAC just became upgraded. Now going back to what Sergeant Major talked about at the beginning. Now you playing football to the point. Now what if you so say for instance, FAM next year plays South Florida September 18th. 2 weeks after they play Jackson State, they go to South Florida to get their check. You know what we used to call it. We call you go get your check game. You know, pay for facilities, all that stuff, upgrades. But hey, what if in 4 years these games start being, these dog fights now? Hey man, listen, man, did you see what you saw what Fam just did? Gave Florida State a game? Man, they only lost by a touchdown. Now it becomes an issue, and now them schools ain't gonna be quick to call Jackson State and Fam and
They ain't gonna want to
PCU.
pay.
See what I noticed about those situations, like I watching Coastal Carolina this year and their success, and they've been building the program. You know, what you said about 4 years, you know, it's gonna take some time for Deion to go in and build a program. That's why I'm saying that in 4 years, if you can build a SWAC, make it better football, you know, to make it marketable, you know, you got the right guy in there to sell it.
Yes.
You know,
who
don't love Deion Sanders? You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, he's just a likable guy, you know. So I mean,
and he transcends generations, like you talked about. Like I got a 16-year-old son upstairs and a doggone 14-year-old son that know Deion Sanders, that know who he is. Like, they wasn't even born when this dude was playing, but they know like who he is. They pull up his highlights. Yeah, man, Deion was like the best. You know what? He the best football player ever, Dad. You know what I'm saying? Look at him in his highlights. You know, stuff like that. So they're going at me about Deion. So Deion has transcended generations.
You know, I told Nat, I say, me and you.
You can go to Subway and see
exactly.
Subway.
He's still on commercials, man. Still getting endorsements.
Me and you switch subjects real quick. He go flip for you right here, talking about the young cats. I heard something today that Chase Young called out Tom Brady. And about the weekends, like, hey, I'm gunning for Tom. You know, I want that sack. And Bruce Arians told him, you know, hey man, you know, watch what you ask for, you know. But they say that when Tom Brady was drafted, Chase Young was born the year Tom Brady.
Wow.
Now he get to play against Tom Brady. I say, boy, I tell you what.
Wow. Listen, let me tell you something, man.
You imagine.
I mean, but just, not now. You go back to that dynamic where we was talking about, like, Matt Schwab just retired today. We didn't even know he was still in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Hide in the closet somewhere for 5 since Vic was there.
Yeah. So
Vic
was
there when Shaw was there.
Yeah.
I think Shaw left and came back. He left the
left and came back.
He did.
Yeah.
He left. He went to the Texans.
Yeah, they brought him back, man. They brought him back.
You remember Schwab balled out that year? Didn't Vic? You remember that year Vic got hurt, and then Schwab played that year, didn't he?
I think Nat was a Mike Smith player.
He played for Mike. We need to get Mike on here, man.
I saw Mike the other day, man. I saw Mike. Mike ain't doing nothing but fishing right now. I saw him down in some lake. Some stream up there in Tennessee with the golf coach for East Tennessee State. Him and the golf coach fishing, catching brook trout or something. You know, they fly fishing. So Mike ain't worried about nothing.
Asking, can we come up there to one of the cabins? We bring our own Wi-Fi, and we'll just sit up in there and talk some football with him.
Man, shoot.
Yeah, he real private. I had him on my show.
Mike don't even have a picture on his Facebook or nothing. He just got the little silhouette that they give you, man. It's like Mike private.
Hey, Daryl, I'm just having a good time, enjoying life, man. Thanks for bringing me on up in the go fishing. Wow. He clicked, hung the phone up, and we're gone.
Wow.
That's Mike.
Yep.
That's good stuff, man. Look, and y'all went to school with Mike.
That's my dog.
We played part one with Mike. Part one of football to middle high school.
Scared of that brother. Let me tell you, boy. Nat
he was
and Mike
big.
Smith, everybody was scared of.
With the biggest people.
You looking at right there.
I'm the same size I am now when I was 12. I just weigh more. I was 5'11" and a half, 130
Hey,
pounds
Nat played
at
middle
age
linebacker
12.
with a roll, with a neck roll and arm pads, and it'd be like run the 32 dive. Like, man, I ain't running no dive in the middle, not with
Oh,
that big old jugger. That jugger,
Let's,
I thought I had a picture
let's
behind
say,
me. No, I
let's
don't.
say, let's say net out there. Hey, net be the first one that y'all bring out when it's time for weigh-ins. That's the
man,
first one you bring
Nat
out.
over there, Nat over there
When we
with
got, when we
garbage
got, when
bags,
we
trying to
come,
lose weight
I'm the
before the
first one
weigh-in.
coming
He
out.
got to weigh in every game. He got garbage bags all on him, trying to sweat so he can
Yeah.
play.
Hey, so
Yep.
listen, I be telling
Yep.
my son them that because down here in South Florida, I want to say that they just with it's unlimited weight, it's real football, even with little league stuff like that. So I was telling my son them, I was like, man, when we was younger, my son was tripping. I was like, man, the big kids couldn't play with us. He was like, what you mean? I said, man, most of them kids ain't play until we got in high school. They was like, what? I say, son, let
That's
me tell
right.
you something. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all a name. Ian Scott played for Florida, University of Florida. I mean, his dad and his mom was educators, big time educators. Both of them doctors down there. They principals and stuff like that down there in Gainesville right now. You know what I'm saying? So his dad was a football coach and all that stuff. But Ian Scott, I remember Ian Scott played soccer, basketball. Oh man, big kid. Man, his footwork was impeccable. He couldn't play football until we got in high school. But boy, listen, by the time he was a sophomore, man, that dude was knocking people's head off. You talking about a kid that was playing soccer and basketball, running track and all that stuff, couldn't play no football. But then when he got in football, man, he jumped in that thing like,
He ain't had that wear and
man,
tear on his
listen,
body.
and he out there just,
He
and
was
then his
fresh.
footwork still good. All he had to do was get used to playing ball, that contact. Man, by the time he got that thing down, man, Ian Scott was knocking people's head off. Swim move, all that stuff, good hands, good
Mm.
footwork. Come on, man. And that's the thing, like when we played Pop Warner, you thinking you something, but then you go to high school, you like, man, where these cats come from? Like, oh, these are all the cats that didn't play with y'all in that little league football. You thought you was good, huh? Okay, we about to find out. You about to find
Hey,
out this week
hey,
if you good.
let me drop this name on Round and see if he know what it is. Nat Carl Warren.
Oh,
Oh my God. You know who
yeah, I
Carl
know about
Warren is?
Carl
Yeah,
Warren.
yeah. See, you're
Gainesville
a
High.
young buck compared to Carl Warren.
Gainesville High
Hey,
School
You,
running
listen,
back.
you from
Carl,
Gainesville, so you should know who Carl Warren is.
Carl Warren, a Gainesville legend.
Oh yeah, of course,
That's a
of
Gainesville
course.
legend.
Nat,
Yeah.
y'all had some game.
He
Hey,
ran
look
like
here,
Adrian Peterson. He reminded me of
Let me tell
Adrian
you something. I
Peterson.
don't know if you remember this. Y'all playing Gainesville Purple Hurricanes. Then Charles drop a fumble a ball or something in Gainesville. Something happened up in
You
Gainesville.
know
Y'all
what?
playing them in Florida all up on the turf. And
I was in college then. That was
Charles
Charles' senior
dropped
year. I was at
I
Cookman
think
then.
he intercepted a pass and fumbled it or something, and could have beat
Yeah.
Gainesville. Y'all lost the Gainesville up there in Gainesville.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Stacey went to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
Carl
Carl
Warren
Warren
ran
ran
all
all
over
over
them.
him.
Yep, and they could have beat him. I think Charles either dropped the pass or he fumbled or interception or something. But yeah, man, Carl
On the
Warren,
turf.
man,
I
Carl
want to say
Warren.
Carl Warren was a big time basketball player too. He
Mm.
played, back in them days, everybody was
Everybody
athletic,
played
cool.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, Gainesville legends. You talking about Robert Baker. You remember him out of PK Young? See y'all,
Mm.
yeah, see,
See,
yeah,
Yeah.
PK
Yeah.
Young, Lopez played PK Young. We played
yeah.
PK Young in
Okay,
baseball. And it was a
okay,
smaller school,
yeah,
so Mainland wouldn't have
yeah,
played them. Mainland was
yeah,
5A.
Mainland would play. So
So
when
Nat went to
Mainland,
Mainland. So Mainland wouldn't play.
yeah,
See, I played PK Young in baseball, not
yeah.
football. We never
So
played PK Young in football.
yes, because PK Young,
I played against Gainesville 1 year. Matter of fact, the quarterback from Gainesville next year came to Cookman and played quarterback at Cookman. I
Oh
cannot
wow.
remember his name. He was tall, leg. He was a lazy looking dude. He played quarterback for us from Gainesville
wow,
High.
okay,
I can't remember his
yeah,
name now.
Purple Hurricanes, man. I remember
yeah,
watching
man,
them guys that game
Yeah.
lined up. Them and they came out, man. They were wrapped around the whole field. And Mainland was warming up on the field. They came out and they were singing, "This will be the last time." They were walking around. They walked around the field till they circled the whole field. Man, about 100 football players. And they were singing, "This will be the last time." I'm like, oh my goodness. Mainland finna get drunk. Man, They gonna make slaves out of mainland, boy. These cats. I was scared in the stand. Like, man, whew. Boy, these purple hurricane.
I got a name for you then. Since we're gonna talk about old back in the day, what about Houston Mike Tier?
Down there, what, Frostproof? Wait, Baker High School.
Baker.
Okay, yeah, Baker High School.
Ran the 100-yard dash in 9.2. But watch this. The day before, Chris Collinsworth set the record. No, Chris Collinsworth for the Gators, right? Chris Collinsworth was the fastest person in the state.
He was a 100 dude.
He ran the 100-yard dash. It was 9 brothers and him.
And he out there.
He blew everybody up. The next day, Houston Mike Till broke his record. He set the state record. The next day, Houston Mike Till broke it. Houston Mike Till actually ran an 8.9.
Went on Titusville Astronaut Spruce Creek game senior year. Chris Collinsworth led the nation in punt returns that year as a quarterback. Chris had 6 touchdowns in the first half. It was their homecoming when they played Spruce Creek. Bruce and them lost 52-2. They beat the brakes off Spruce Creek. You know, Spruce Creek was a new school. They was second year football.
Brand new school.
First or second year football that year.
Yeah.
That was mainland second string that went there.
Wow.
Spruce Creek.
They beat the brakes off Spruce Creek, man. And Collinsworth sitting on the bench second half, man, with 6 touchdowns on his belt already.
Wow.
And I ain't never seen it.
Went to Florida and was an awesome receiver at Florida.
Yep.
Okay, I got another name for you since you're from Gainesville. This was my favorite receiver back in the day. Carlos Alvarez.
Yeah, that's old school. Yeah.
25, 45.
Yeah.
What's Carlos Alvarez?
He wore number 45. He had one rim face mask.
45. Yeah, 45.
Number 45, and he played with John Reeves. John Reeves was the quarterback.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah, you're a young boy. You're 40 years old. I got 25 years on you.
Wes Chandler, you know that, man. My favorite Gator receiver, Wes Chandler, either.
We need to get Wes on here. What time is it in California?
Partner from over there in Ocala. Who I'm talking about now?
Oh man,
Ernie Mills.
Ernie Mills. I know about Ernie Mills now.
We get Ernie on here.
That boy Ernie Mills, man.
Come on, man. You know, Ernie Mills,
Ernie would have won the Super Bowl MVP. You know, Ernie broke his leg in the Super Bowl, man. Ernie was having a good game. Would have won the MVP, man. Broke his leg in the Super Bowl. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, Ernie Mills, man. Who else played ball at the Pittsburgh Steelers that played for Florida? Running back, right? John L. Williams.
You had
John L.
Dixon. John L. Williams. John L. Yeah. From Palatka.
Wait a minute. How did John L. got to Pittsburgh?
He started with the Seahawks.
I remember John L. with Pittsburgh.
He ended up with the Steelers. That's why he didn't come into the camp. That's how Bruce knew him. He played with the Steelers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He ended up with the Steelers. That's why
I want to say he played in that last Super Bowl. You remember when they lost to Dallas that Super Bowl? John L. Williams
in Dallas. Oh, he lost to the Cowboys. Yeah.
The Cowboys. The Cowboys when they won that 3, those 3 in a row. He lost that last one with Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, John L. Williams played
a number 1, man. That was first round draft pick, man.
Oh, John L. Williams was the deal. He was a big power back. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll tell you who's a power back that's always at the camp, Big James Jones. Pompano Ely.
Pompano Ely.
Jones, boy. Yeah, Big James.
He was big back in the day. He ain't big now.
He ain't big now, but he was a big back in the day, boy.
Out there giving him the business, huh?
Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
Look, man. Look.
But dang, man. Look, Nat, I'm hoping that you recording, buddy, because I'm looking at 2 recording buttons, and I don't see one on you still using your phone, ain't you? Yeah, it says
on my phone.
Appears to be on a mobile device or tablet. Please have them switch to a laptop or computer if possible. So I don't know if you gonna get recorded or not, but we gonna see. Maybe not video. You may get audio, but I don't see a record button on your screen. I see one on Rounders and one on mine, and it's recording at the top, but I don't see one. Yeah,
the red light. You're right.
So you may have not recorded that, but video. I'm pretty sure audio is recorded because you're talking. I can hear you. or you may not even be recording
Okay.
audio because you're
All
not
right.
recording at all. So,
Nah,
but
I
that's all
think.
Oh
right.
man.
Yeah, I think he'll be on audio. I think he'll be on audio though.
Yeah, but what
At
we
least.
need to do is it's almost but we're gonna make sure that we want everybody on the video too, man.
Yeah. So we could.
I'm
But
about to start trying to get on for my
what
grandson
I don't
laptop
have to
and see if he
post. I don't
got
have to post this. We
Google
use it.
Chrome.
I see how this turned
Yeah.
out, and if it don't come out,
Yeah.
I won't post it. I just keep it in the library.
Yeah.
We go
Exactly.
back and we could pull back up
Okay.
the topics or whatever, man. Because but Nat, this is what me and Round to do, man. We just go, just like we're doing right now. Now to be able to some format. If you could
Cool.
format, the hour and a half to, take a look at tomorrow breaking down the hour and a half. Like, you know, however the segments are 15, 30, 45, 60, whatever, and then the first 15 minutes, the second,
Yeah.
we'll do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you can cue us to shift
Okay.
gears and whatever. And maybe before we record, we could come on like we did, and we could talk about what we want to talk. Hey man, I saw this today. Let's talk about this, and we can go ahead and capture, you know, 3 topics that we want to talk about or whatever, 6 topics. We bring 2 topics to the show. You know what I mean? And we'll just go to that because
Okay.
it ain't no problem filling in time with 3 people.
Yeah.
Believe it or not,
Okay.
this be pretty smooth, man. I mean, Nat,
Yeah.
what you think, Nat? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, work
I can
on
do it. I'll
that.
work
And
on it.
like I say, this we'll make this our thing, man. I'm gonna call the people again tomorrow to try to look at, hey, what can be done to make this thing, spruce this thing up. I don't know. I gotta ask them about that share a screen also, cause see, I can bring video into a screen and share it. I just don't know how to do it. So what I'm gonna end up doing is calling the technical people tomorrow and then have them walk me through. Hey man, what can I do with this other than just record and upload? I mean, it's working pretty simple right now. Like I say, Round you recording. I mean, I got the recording button. Everything look good, but Nat button. That's it. That's what I say. I don't know if you're recording that video. I think.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like I say, our audio may not be.
If
Yeah, audio
I
may
don't
not
see
be
a red
recording
light.
either for you. So I mean, we may just be talking to the air. When it comes to your. But it's all right.
Oh man.
Like I say, that's
Okay.
why
I'm gonna see if I can get. I'm gonna see if I can use my
60
other
minutes
laptop.
of free time, so I ain't being charged for no time. You know what I mean? So we could play with it and then get it right.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so when y'all want to try to work things out, man. It's the day is Tuesday. You got Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, it's up to y'all, man. Let me know what's going on, so I could log in and because I know everybody on different time schedules. I'm pretty free, around you got that big family, and you got
I need to work on I need to work on my laptop to get it cleaned up. I got 2 more laptops here. I need to see if they got Google Chrome on them.
And next Tuesday after
This
the
is my
national
laptop.
championship game, I want to definitely be able to. I'm gonna have.
We need to be ready for that.
I'm gonna have some
At least
stuff
by
ready
next
for
Tuesday.
this thing. By the time the thing, I want some highlights and some, you know what I mean. Some
so we can go in there.
Yeah. I figured out, man, how to do it. With the screen. I'm gonna call the people up and say, man, how can I stick some news highlights or some stuff from ESPN on here?
Yeah.
Something. We'll figure it out how to do it.
Yep. That'll work, man. But I think, I think this was a good.
All right.
I think it was a good mesh, man. We good, man.
So we're waiting on that to sign us out, man.
Yeah.
Give us.
Yep. You gonna take us out, man?
Sign us out, man.
Well, thanks for listening in to the first show of the show.
So you're right.
We'll see you next time here on Riverside FM.
All right, brothers.
All right, man.
Bam.